So you're the one that picked a fight with my sentries. The sensors also picked up your battle in space. You've had a pretty busy day. That ends now. No more fighting in our camp. So you're the intruder. Our sensors picked up your handiwork in space. I am Mandalore, leader of the Mandalorians. Scattered perhaps, but we're still alive. Alive and rebuilding. Many Mandalorians have fallen from the path of honor, and are now no more than common mercenaries. But that is changing. This used to be the heart of the Mandalorian war effort. From this complex we commanded an armada that had the Republic on the run. It didn't last. Mandalorians have a rapport with this jungle. Every moment here is a struggle. All creatures gripped in a constant war for survival. The sole purpose of the weak is to feed the strong. We train here and learn the lessons of the jungle. The beasts also help us keep our edge. Covert camps are not meant to attract attention. Because we conquered them, the people of Onderon still hold a grudge against the Mandalorians. So we keep our presence here a secret. So it's transportation you want. It so happens I have a small shuttle that's more than capable of running the Onderon military blockade. I make occasional trips to ISIS for information and supplies. If you want to go with me, you're going to have to prove your worth. Figure it out yourself. Ask around. See if you can make yourself useful, or something that'll show what you're made of. There is one thing. Before your ship landed, we were preparing some demolition work. All the activity forced my men to stop before they finished. The charges need to be detonated before anybody comes across them, so all you'd have to do is flip a switch. We want to keep a low profile, so we've recalled all our patrols in the jungle. Setting off some high explosives isn't a textbook example of subtlety. You asked if there was anything you could do, and I told you. Nothing in this jungle is as simple as it seems, though. We were trying to uncover the entrance to a hidden cache of old Mandalorian equipment. The explosives should be easy to find. Just get to it before the Canderous do. The last months before Duxon fell, the old Mandalore knew that Revan and the Republic were gaining the upper hand. He ordered our best engineers to hide caches of weapons and munitions throughout the moon, safely away from the enemy's hands. Don't you think they tried? It's real easy to hide things in a jungle. Even when they found some of our caches, our engineers left them some presents. They're not much more than a couple of plasteel cylinders. Before you get any bright ideas, if you uncover cache B13, leave it alone. Even if you survive the traps, it would require military-grade explosives to open without the proper access codes. What's inside belongs to the Mandalorians. Canderous are nothing more than pests, but they have a real talent for screwing up plans. Just get to those explosives in the next day or so, and you'll be fine. It's Mandalorian business, not yours. That's not going to work. I've traveled with Jedi before, so I know all about your tricks. If you want something from me, you're going to have to convince me the old-fashioned way. I could, but I don't know you. Once I get to know you, I might tell you more. But not now. I don't travel with anyone I'm not sure of. You look capable, but ISIS can be a dangerous place. If you want to travel on my shuttle, I want to make sure you aren't going to be a liability. I'll let Kex know that you check out. We found more gear than we can use, so you can trade with him if you need some more supplies. Be careful in the jungle. Our patrols have stopped until the space traffic dies down. The challenging beasts have been cleared from the area, but what's left might still be too much for you. Mandalore is the name we give to our leader. Becoming Mandalore is the greatest honor any Mandalorian could aspire to. When our leader falls in battle, the most worthy takes his place. So even though your army killed our leader, it was only a matter of time before we chose someone new. Me. You're back. I know, it made quite a racket. Good work. Ask around the camp. Someone else might have something you can do to lend a hand. I also promised you a reward. Here you go. This should help you fend off some of the local beasts. You're well on your way to earning some real respect around here. Keep it up. That's to be expected. They don't really like it when someone makes loud noise in their territory. It wouldn't be much of a test if all you had to do was take a hike through the jungle, now would it? You're alive, in one piece, and learned something about the beasts of the jungle. Kelborn told me that they were covert military and probably aligned with Colonel Tobin from ISIS. Kelborn doesn't think they'll send out any more scouts, but that doesn't mean there aren't more of them out there. Colonel Tobin is General Vaclu's right-hand man. Despite his martial skill, he handles himself as a functionary more than a warrior. Back when we were fighting Vaklu's resistance during the Mandalorian Wars, Vaklu wouldn't have any use for a poisonous Kinrath like Tobin. But Vaklu seems to have adapted well to peacetime. So far, you haven't done anything. Check back when you've done something worth my time. You defeated Braylor in the battle circle. Either you're very lucky, or you're a lot tougher than you look. Kelborn said you dispatched some covert military scouts in the jungle with him. He spoke highly of your work. Zuka told me you helped out with some repairs around the base. I was hoping you'd prove yourself more with a lightsaber, but it's certainly a great help. The gate guard said you managed to kill a Zakeg. Those are tough beasts, Jedi. You've earned some respect around here. How many Kanaks did you have to kill to find those parts for Zuka? That was a tremendous help. I won't forget it.
Is there anything else?
You've made quite a reputation around here. You did better than I thought you could. I was planning on heading to Isis tomorrow, but I'll move up the timetable and take you now. You won't be able to get to the Ebon Hawk from the city. If you need to grab anything from your ship, I'd do it now. I'm going to talk with Zuka and have him start a shuttle flight check. After that, we'll head out. Not yet, Jedi. Find some more to do around here. There's a jungle full of trouble out there. When you were last here, you probably didn't even go to Onderon. The Republic knew that Onderon's fate would be decided on its jungle moon, not the planet itself. To begin with, when you talk about Onderon, you're really talking about the ancient walled city of Isis. It's the only inhabited settlement on the planet. It depends on who you ask. Queen Talia rules from the royal palace, but her cousin, General Vaklu, has a great deal of power in Isis as well. They disagree about many things, just like their citizens. We fought General Vaklu during the war, and he is a worthy adversary. Queen Talia is young and hardly a match for him. Onderon is a recent addition to the Republic, joining during one of the darker eras in Republic history. Since joining, the Republic has endured many wars and great battles. The people of Onderon don't possess the resolve and strength needed in these times. Many of them want to break away from the Republic. They want to go back to an earlier age when they could cower behind their walls. Their spinelessness made them easy to conquer. We're not self-sufficient here. We need supplies. Isis is the only place to go for them in this system. Not much choice, which is unfortunate, because their animosity towards Mandalorians makes it inconvenient to go there. I don't blame you. They're a sad people. I have some things to look into. I'll talk to you later. Are you ready to go to Isis yet? All scouts, report in. What do you want? Zarga told me that you returned one of our sheep to the herd. You have gained some small prestige by helping Kumas. It's Mandalorian business, not yours. That's not going to work. I've traveled with Jedi before, so I know all about your tricks. If you want something from me, you're going to have to convince me the old-fashioned way. I could, but I don't know you. Once I get to know you, I might tell you more. But not now.
Mandalore, Quartermaster Kex on duty. What do you need?
At ease, Kex. Just checking the camp. Young Kex here got a battlefield promotion when his predecessor got quartered by a beam splitter. Whatever this visitor needs, Kex, you make sure he has access to it, provided he can pay for it.
Of course, Mandalore.
Really? Is that true, Kex? Do you have some issues with our guest?
I do, Mandalore. I don't trust him.
So you don't think our guest should be wandering around free, is that it?
No, Mandalore, I do not. The stranger may be a spy for Onderon or the Republic.
So you don't trust my judgment? Are there any other orders of mine you want to question?
No, of course not, Mandalore. You are the one we follow without question.
Then you're an idiot, Kex. But you're right not to trust our guest here. I haven't made up my mind about him yet either. But until then, Kex, you do what I say. And my orders are to let our guest have access to our supplies. Got it?
Of course, Mandalore, without question.
Forget the Jedi. Keep your eyes on her. What do you want? We're back. The shuttle is going to stay docked here until further notice. I'm not ready to part company yet. It sounds like you have a lot of traveling to do. So do I. I'm going with you. The Sith have taken a particular interest in you, and you could use an extra blaster. I've been meaning to leave Duxon to look for other Mandalorian clans anyway. I don't have it in me. It's a matter of self-interest. The Sith aren't known for sharing power. If the Jedi Order is destroyed for good, it's inevitable that the Sith will dominate the Republic, and then my people will be eradicated or enslaved. Helping your cause is a matter of necessity. Mandalorians helped Exar Kun during his war. We know firsthand how we'd fare in the service of their like. Mandalore leads all of the Mandalorian people, not just a single clan. In order to revive our people, the clans must be reassembled under me. They could be anywhere. You seem a magnet for trouble. Mandalorians are too. I have a feeling that if we travel together, it would work to our mutual advantage. But that's enough for now. We'll have time to talk later. I'm going to look for the other clans with or without you. At least this way you'll have another ally against the Sith. Seems trouble follows you on a regular basis. I think it's best for both of us if we head to Isis immediately. Grab your gear. My men will take care of cleaning up the mess. How are the port stabilizers?
They check out Mandalore. All systems are green.
Good. I want the shuttle bound for Onderon within the hour.
Is all in readiness?
It is. Like I promised. Why? You want to back out now?
My only concerns are for the one you escort to Onderon, Mandalorian. Would you do any less for one of your clan?
Don't pretend to understand us. We Mandalorians are a breed apart.
If by apart you mean scattered, broken, and lost, then yes, you are correct.
Not for long. Soon the Mandalorians will be strong again, united as one clan under one banner. Mine.
Ah, yes, the Great Crusade, after the first one was ended by Revan and the Jedi. Such a defeat was merciful, an echo of the end, when your ships were in flames, crushed in the grip of Malachor V. But I do not need to remind you of such things.
I was at Malachor V, and I remember how many Jedi died to stop us there. And no matter how many dead orbit that planet, the Mandalorians still live. Clan Ordo still lives. See Kex there? He was serving on Nar Shaddai's muscle for the Hutts. Kelborn was a scout for the Duros on Frontier Worlds. I brought them here, gave them a purpose. This galaxy will be ours again, I promise you. That is the future.
Indeed. The future is always in motion. It is a difficult thing to see. Perhaps there will be no New Age Mandalore, no great Mandalorian crusade. Perhaps your people fought their last battle at Malachor V, and you have been dying ever since, a quiet death that will last centuries. And perhaps all that remains will be what I see before me, a man wounded by a Jedi, encased in a Mandalorian shell, hunted by the thought of being the last of the Mandalorians.
You've got some guts talking to me like that. You think your age or your Jedi whelp are going to keep you safe from me?
No, Mandalore, you are wrong. I hope that it is you who will keep the one I travel with safe. You are loyal, and you have served many masters, even following them into darkness. No, Mandalore, you are wrong. I hope that it is you who will keep the one I travel with safe. You are loyal, and you have served many masters, even when they abandoned you. Do you wonder where she wanders now, Mandalore? Why she cast you down, left you broken at the edge of the galaxy? Do you wonder where she wanders now, Mandalore? Why she gave you your orders, then abandoned you at the edge of the galaxy?
How do you know that?
I know many things, and I can answer the question that burns within your shell, Mandalore. But there is a price. You must keep the one I travel with safe. He is important to me, more important than anything. Show the same loyalty you have shown in the past, Mandalore. If there is a Mandalorian crusade, let it be for something that will carry your people's memory into the future, so when the time comes when there are no more Mandalorians, then at least their honor will remain. The one I travel with has walked your same path, and I ask that when the end comes that you remember that kinship, even if it seems there is nothing else left.
Here we are, the city of Isis. It's been shut down tight for months now. General Vaklu is close to declaring martial law. We won't be able to travel too far in the city. Fortunately, I have a friend in this quarter of the city. He's a doctor by the name of Dagon Gent. His office is on the other side of the market square. It might be best if you do the talking around here. The Onderonians have a mixed view of Mandalorians after we conquered their world.
Halt, off-worlder. You'll have to answer some questions before you go into the city. What is your business on Isis? I don't think your business is any concern of mine.
While you're at it, tell him to forget he ever saw us. Could be useful.
I am Captain Bastuco. I have served loyally in the Onderon military for 20 years.
20 years would mean you were here during the Mandalorian Wars. Right?
I was a soldier when the Mandalorians took our world, and I fought in the Resistance. When we drove them from Onderon, I served on the Wall for 10 years after.
You mean after the Jedi drove the Mandalorians from Onderon? The Mandalorians never gave ground to any Onderon soldier.
Such of you could be considered treason.
Not all the military is after us. Still, Vaklu can throw a whole army at us. I think we've outworn our welcome over here. We should head over to the spaceport before General Vaklu invents some charges against us. Then we'd be in real trouble. This is Dagon Gent's place. He's not the best doctor you'll ever meet, but he's well connected in this city. Doesn't look like he's in right now, though.
You looking for Dagon? You're not gonna find him here. A soldier captain was murdered at the cantina real good. They got some suspects at the tower. From what I hear, Dagon Gent is one of them.
He's certainly capable of it, and probably stupid enough to get caught. But we need him, suspicion of murder or not. We should try to get General Vaklu to be on our side. He has a shrewd mind and is far more fit for command. Queen Talia is young and too idealistic. A veteran leader is what this planet needs, and would make a better ally. Have it your way, then. Why do you take that so personally? When you've been around as long as I have, it's just part of doing business. Vaklu is no fool. Even if we've had disagreements in the past, he'll recognize how advantageous an alliance could be between us. Why are you joining in this? I prefer Vaklu over Talia, but this is hardly a task for a warrior. Shrewd. I hate to lower myself to joining this mob, but your plan may work. Maybe I should have left you on Duxon. It might be a good idea to look at the crime scene. We fought many soldiers in the Mandalorian Wars. The Onderonians were certainly brave, but they were disorganized and stupid. I wouldn't be surprised if they overlooked something. Nobody we talked with mentioned a droid. This droid was destroyed recently. Someone inside the cantina might know more. This is Dagon Gent's place. He's not the best doctor you'll ever meet, but he's well connected in this city. Doesn't look like he's here right now, though.
You looking for Dagon? You're not gonna find him here. A soldier captain was murdered at the cantina real good. They got some suspects at the tower. From what I hear, Dagon Gent is one of them.
He's certainly capable of it, and probably stupid enough to get caught. But we need him, suspicion of murder or not. That bit of information will help with clearing Dagon. But the Onderon military won't let him off that easy. They're very obstinate. Maybe someone in here will know more about what happened that night.
You must have gone through a lot to arrange this meeting. The palace is at full battle readiness. Smuggling in a message is no small task.
Kavar, huh? The famed Jedi Guardian. The Mandalorians counted on the fact it would be you, not Revan, who would lead the Jedi against us during the Mandalorian Wars. I wonder how we'd have fared against you. I thought you were killed fighting Malak during the Jedi Civil War. There's a chance that non-combatants could be hurt here. I recommend we avoid using grenades.
But Vaklu wants Onderon to be independent and strong, and ultimately being in his good graces would be more advantageous to you. You must make a choice. Will you support us or the Queen?
Vaklu is a political animal, but he has never backed out of a deal. The Sith must have changed their arrangement substantially for him to consider betraying them. You can trust his offer. He's far more capable than Queen Talia is. I think allying with him is the best course. No, you didn't. Make up your own mind, then. I'll vouch for him. I know him from across a battlefield. That's the best way to learn about someone. Credibility is important in Onderon politics. If he betrayed you and betrayed the Sith, his reign would be a short one.
Dagon Gent didn't do it because he was with me at the time. It's quite simple. Right now he's accused of murder. If he's convicted, the sentence is death. If he's accused of espionage, let's say assisting a Republic spy, then the penalty for that is death.
Assuming we get Dagon free, we're going to have a few private words about this. Together we fought against the Republic during the Mandalorian Wars.
I don't particularly like the idea that he's working for them now.
You did the right thing. Leaving Vaklu alive would be foolhardy.
Vaklu has made an alliance with the Mandalorians? Men, fight for your lives!
Looks like they still remember us. I hope to build on that legacy, but now is not the time for talk. It's the time for action.
Did you have to land in a basilisk? We have vivid memories of the last time they fell to Isis. The men still unconvinced that there isn't a Mandalorian invasion.
It's nice to see we're still remembered. You should have seen it when the sky was filled with them. their fighters crackling like small novas. The Republic thinks my people are dead, scattered. They are wrong. You should have destroyed us when you had the chance. As long as one Mandalorian lives, we will survive. Our honor, fortunes, and lives revolve around battle. From our earliest history, this has been our way, as it will be always. There are, but those are luxuries. Luxuries that were paid for by the blood of our warriors, alive and dead. The Mandalorian clans will be united. Then we will take back our place in the galaxy. But we live in times of action, and I've said enough for now. We can speak of this again later, which is one of the reasons I travel with you. It pleases me that you recognize the truth. Our history and our ways are something we shield from outsiders. Only on the battlefield can you truly learn of someone. We have suffered defeats before, but none like our defeat at Malachor. Our spirit may have faded, but it hasn't died. It will burn bright again, like a star in the heavens. The end of the Mandalorian Wars was something new and unknown to us. Revan fought us like a true warrior and defeated us on our own terms. Revan embodied our philosophy and showed us our own weaknesses. Then he exploited them, but I will change that. Only Mandalore can command the clans. There was no new Mandalore for many years. I can tell you want to know more, but we can talk more later about this. I would appreciate your help. Many in the Republic look at the Mandalores as wild and violent Kinrath. Now, after many years, a new Mandalore has returned. We have a long tradition of honor in dealing with allies and those who provide us aid. It's a tradition that those we war against are quick to forget. There are two types of people to Mandalorians: allies and enemies. Right now, we are allies. I don't want the Sith to destroy the Jedi. But before you set yourself against me, consider one thing. Many in the Republic look at Mandalores as wild, violent Kinrath. A lone Mandalorian is a small army. Clan Ordo alone is a force to be reckoned with. We will unite as before, and one day the banners of all Mandalorian clans will fly at my back. Being Mandalore is the greatest honor for our people. Mandalore's helmet is passed from one leader to the next. When Revan executed Mandalore before our eyes, he cast Mandalore's helmet away, denied it to us. He took Mandalore's helmet and left with it. If he hadn't done that, the new Mandalore would have been chosen that day, but without leadership and direction. The clans scattered, fell apart. It isn't just any helmet. It means more to us than your lightsaber does to you. While it wouldn't be unheard of for a new helmet to be created, it was determined to find the real thing. Claiming the helmet is a traditional way for the new Mandalore to be chosen. Even in defeat, we held on to our traditions. No, this is the helmet of the old Mandalore, the same one he wore in the Exar Kun War, and many wars before that. During the Jedi Civil War, I met and traveled with Revan. I was there with him when he defeated Darth Malak, and traveled with him afterwards. Eventually, he told me where he had taken the helmet. He set me upon this path. During the Jedi Civil War, I met and traveled with Revan. We can talk about Revan and other things later if you like. You know enough for now. Mandalorians have been around too long to be so dependent on such a tradition. I have questions for you. You fought with Revan and Malak during the Mandalorian Wars. Why? We'd never faced Jedi before, and didn't know the threat they represented. You've always been in the Jedi Order. Things that are common knowledge to you are rumors and stories to the rest of the galaxy. We only knew what we had seen in holovids and from our experience with Exar Kun, and by that time, he was completely a Sith. We thought we would triumph easily over such noble and compassionate leaders. Those are weaknesses we easily exploited in the past. What did you think of us? Is that so? Ever consider what would have happened if we'd won? The Sith would have been nothing more than a border skirmish against the might of my clans. We would have brought a new age of strength and expansion to the Republic, with a wealth of the core worlds providing arms and warships to fuel our growth. Instead, the Republic won. Look around you. Look at what your precious victory has brought you. I ask you this. Is the galaxy better off for the Republic's victory? War breeds butchers on both sides of the battle lines, Jedi. You know it better than anyone. It's just that we were better at it than anyone the Jedi ever faced. And that is how we thought of you. Not of the Jedi in particular, but the men and women who joined Revan and Malak to fight against us. You turned a demoralized, defeated mess into a coordinated army. You brought tactics, backbone, and above all else, victory to them. Fair enough. But let me share some of my opinions. I am Mandalore, leader of the Mandalorians. I will help you fight your battles and plan your strategy. But I will not be your errand boy. Find some other lackey to do your bidding. These are the remains of Telos. Admiral Saul Karath bombed it into oblivion during the war. Seemed like an odd target. Not many defenses or troops worth fighting, but maybe that's why Revan chose it. I heard the Republic is trying to rebuild the world. Nothing but a waste of resources, if you ask me. Nar Shaddaa, home of the Hutts and the Exchange. Depending upon your needs, it can be a useful place to visit. Alliances here rarely ever survive. I'm not going to bother to tell you to be careful. Just don't take anything at face value here. I know Tatooine all too well. The Jedi had a secret enclave here. It wasn't secret enough. Sith forces attacked it during the war. It used to be a simple farm world. I don't know how it's changed since then. Korriban is a desolate world with a deep connection to the Sith. Revan used it as a training academy during the Civil War. I figure the Republic must have dealt with the academy after the war. Only a complete fool would have allowed an enemy training base to continue operating. You want to know more about Duxon? The Mandalorian Wars and your trip in the jungle wasn't enough? Always seemed to me that this moon is a training ground. Even the air is harsh, difficult to breathe. Like us, the people of Onderon are warriors. Early in their history, they built ISIS to protect them from the beasts that swarmed on their world. No matter how far they've progressed, they're fundamentally still warriors standing watch on their battlements. They don't like outsiders, and their inability to take ideas from other cultures gives them a fundamental disadvantage in warfare. They fell quickly during the Mandalorian Wars despite their martial skills. Their technology and doctrine are not in the same league as Mandalorians. I never went to the surface, only the sky above it. The world is taboo to Mandalorians. We only came here when the Republic fleet gathered, and we knew it was our only chance to stop them. I can't say I'm happy to be back here, but I believe we can do what must be done. I'll fight beside you, but I'm warning you, don't get in my way. I'm not asking for help. I'm just asking you to let me do this. Cross me, and I might have to reevaluate our arrangement. And I won't stand by while you sabotage my plans. We both have greater threats to deal with. After the Sith are dealt with, you can turn your attention to us. Or maybe we can forge an alliance of our own. Our next need not be fought against your Republic. Consider what I've said. Don't be a fool. Given the threat we're up against, we need each other. Of course it's a threat. Get in my way, it'll be something more. Weak-minded fools deserve to be controlled. More Jedi tricks. Next time, a little physical force might be better. I can do that too. With a repeating blaster pointed at their head. Worthy of a Mandalorian. Haven't seen many Jedi do that before. Now I know why you were exiled. I wouldn't try that with a Mandalorian. They're likely to kill you for helping them. The weak don't deserve mercy. If you want to help someone, let them stand on their own feet. We shouldn't waste our time with the weak. If you showed that kind of compassion in the Mandalorian Wars, the Republic would have lost. Come on, let's keep moving. Let's deal with the targets first. Then we can talk. So you fought against the Mandalorians in the war?
I was part of the war effort, yes. I worked as a technician, though.
But you fought on the front lines. To a Mandalorian, there is honor in that.
I could do without your Mandalorian honor. I saw the results of your honor. The absolute destruction your warriors brought. And look at them now. Mandalorians are little better than mercenary thugs. And what's honor to someone like that? All they care about are credits.
If I were you, I'd pick your words more carefully.
You fought for no cause other than to spread suffering and pain to the people you conquered.
Maybe that's what it looked like to you, but that isn't why we fought. We fought for honor and glory in the heat of battle.
You did nothing but murder innocents.
The Republic took us too lightly. We wanted to face the full force of their army. We had to goad them to fight.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. If you ask me, you Mandalorians just got what you deserved at Malachor.
Defeat is part of a warrior's life. We will recover, stronger than before.
Doesn't it even bother you that your people were almost destroyed? Or do lives have no meaning to you?
People die in war.
Well, I'm glad to have you guarding my back.
Fine by me.
I don't need compliments from a murderer.
I hear that you were the one responsible for our defeat at Malachor 5.
The general told you that?
We fell into your trap at Malachor, and we paid the price. We were eager to destroy the Republic fleet and defeat Revan, so we committed all of our forces to Malachor, sealing our doom. Even then, we might have won the day. The tide of battle was turning when the Republic finally set off their trap. We were almost completely destroyed. You should be proud.
I destroyed your people.
It is as much your triumph as our failure. We learned a lesson and we paid the price for our mistake. I hold no grudge against you for what you did. It is the Mandalorian way to respect strength, and we will not be so foolish ever again. Nice ship you have here. Where did you get it? Ah, so it's like that. I guess it would be better if less questions were asked about it then. I see. Well, you were lucky to get it then. This is a fast ship. Well made. I'll bet she'd have some stories to tell. I want to have a word with you. I wanted to make sure that we have some things clear. Right now, we both seek the same goals. Whatever our reasons may be, the Sith must be stopped. If they destroy the Jedi, the Republic will fall and my people will be eradicated or enslaved. To survive, I'll help you. But as Mandalore, I have another duty. The unification of the clans. After our defeat at Malachor, the survivors spread across the Outer Rim, many taking up work as mercenaries, or worse. But they cannot have fallen so far that they will not recognize a new Mandalore has been chosen. One who will restore our people to glory. I suppose we'll never know. Just think about it. Another time, then. You helped me gather the clans together, so I feel I owe it to you to tell you the whole truth about my mission and Revan. After defeating Malak, Revan made the decision that he would travel to the unknown regions. He was searching for something. I wanted to go with him. I respected him. Knew he could use me where he was going. But Revan refused, saying that he must travel alone. Before he departed, he left me with a simple mission. He told me where I could find the Mandalore's helmet, and that I must take it and reassemble the clans. When I asked him why, he told me nothing. Only that I should wait for him to return and be ready for it. Revan never said what he was looking for, or what to be ready for. I don't know if I'll ever know. I thought that Revan was a singular Jedi, but now there's you. With all our martial training, battles, and ethics, even our greatest warriors are no match for you. But I also have faith in my people. Should we need the clans to fight the Sith, we will. And afterward, Revan will still have his army. Not always. And certainly not as obscure as he was before his departure. But I knew he had good reason, so I accepted his mission. Revan insisted that he go alone. I had too much respect for him to pry too deeply. I didn't leave Revan. Revan left me behind. You helped me gather the clans together, so I feel I owe it to you to tell you the whole truth about my mission and Revan. After defeating Malak, Revan made the decision that he would travel to the unknown regions. He was searching for something. I wanted to go with him. I respected him. Knew he could use me where he was going. But Revan refused, saying that he must travel alone. When I offered to go with him, he laughed. Then he attacked me. Revan at his full power was more than a match for me. The battle was over quickly, and then he made sure I couldn't follow him even if I wanted to. He left me there, a broken wreck on the Outer Rim. I vowed that I would never bend knee to another. Any alliances I entered into would be ones where I was an equal. I'm not sure Revan knew himself, but at that moment, I think he had a reason. When he returns, though, I will be ready for him, with the full might of the Mandalorian clans at my back. No, he said nothing else. Yeah, what do you want? The Republic is a stagnant beast that had been killing its people for years before the wars began. Were it not for Revan's strength, the Republic would already be dead. Only Revan was worthy of our respect. We swept through the Outer Rim without any opposition until Revan assumed command of the Republic forces. Only then did the battle turn. But as you know, only a handful of Jedi fought, while the others cowered in their halls, afraid to meet us head-on. I'm sure there were good reasons. I'm not accusing you of being a coward. You commanded the Republic fleet that destroyed ours. You were a worthy opponent. Then the Jedi were fools as well as cowards. Open your eyes. The ease of our attack was as much a testament to the strength of the Mandalorian clans as it was to the weakness of the Republic. It was a painful lesson. With Mandalore dead, our weapons taken, and our pride destroyed, many lost their way. I thought that the Force would be enough of a weapon for a Jedi like yourself. Need a little something extra to work up your courage in a fight? Right. That makes sense. I'm sure the others are just too embarrassed to ask for themselves, so they sent you in their place. We wouldn't want to let them down. Here, and don't get too attached to them. I only have time to make so many. If you say so, that's a good position for a warrior to take. But even better if he relies completely on his own strength. Here you go. But don't get too attached to them. I only have time to make so many. Already gave you my last one. Go easy on them. Even a strong warrior can only take so much. Now, is there something else you needed? What did you want to talk about? For Clan Ordo! Time to die. No one crosses me and lives. I'll take care of this. Who wants to die first? Yeah? What's wrong? Something you need? I'm wounded. I need to recover. More where that came from. Damn, weapon's useless. I'll take care of this. Taken care of. Let me scout the area. Let me check out the area. On it. Can't open it. No problem. I'm gonna take a look around. Let's get moving again. Been poisoned. I fought countless battles. Ones most didn't walk away from. The wounds add up. And even the implants are all that keep me going sometimes. I may have been stronger in my youth. And stupider. But now I've got to rely more on my armor, my weapons, and my cunning. So you fought against the Mandalorians in the war?
I was part of the war effort, yes. I worked as a technician, though.
But you fought on the front lines. To a Mandalorian, there is honor in that.
I could do without your Mandalorian honor. I saw the results of your honor, the absolute destruction your warriors brought. And look at them now. Mandalorians are little better than mercenary thugs. And what's honor to someone like that? All they care about are credits.
If I were you, I'd pick your words more carefully.
You fought for no cause other than to spread suffering and pain to the people you conquered.
Maybe that's what it looked like to you, but that isn't why we fought. We fought for honor and glory in the heat of battle.
You did nothing but murder innocents.
The Republic took us too lightly. We wanted to face the full force of their army. We had to goad them to fight.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. If you ask me, you Mandalorians just got what you deserved at Malachor.
Defeat is part of a warrior's life. We will recover, stronger than before.
Doesn't it even bother you that your people were almost destroyed? Or do lives have no meaning to you?
People die in war.
Well, I'm glad to have you guarding my back.
Fine by me.
I don't need compliments from a murderer.
I hear that you were the one responsible for our defeat at Malachor 5.
The general told you that?
We fell into your trap at Malachor, and we paid the price. We were eager to destroy the Republic fleet and defeat Revan, so we committed all of our forces to Malachor, sealing our doom. Even then, we might have won the day. The tide of battle was turning when the Republic finally set off their trap. We were almost completely destroyed. You should be proud.
I destroyed your people.
It is as much your triumph as our failure. We learned a lesson and we paid the price for our mistake. The strong take what they want. The weak fall. That one had it coming. Good. That ought to shut them up. Next one should go down faster. Too many Mandalorians were scattered after the war. Without purpose and without direction. Most became little more than raiders. That ship's had some proud owners. You're disgracing it by giving it away like a Durasteel chip. This must be the nerve center of the ship. I say we take it out.
Return to me when you are ready for us to begin our assault. I warn you not to keep me waiting.
Watch out for Azkul. I've known his kind before. He will attack you without hesitation if he believes you aren't working with him.
We'd had problems with Mandalorian mercenaries even before the Jedi Civil War. The Jedi helped clear most of the problem up.
I would hardly call the mercenaries that were here Mandalorians. Without a leader, many Mandalorians fell far from the path of honor.
Before the Mandalorian Wars, we were making great gains in civilizing this world. The Kinrath and Kath Hounds were mainly under control. We were small, but prosperous.
Then the Republic gets invaded by those flaming Mandalorians. Then a few years after that, the Jedi Civil War. We're lacking in manpower and supplies.
I sincerely hope that history doesn't remember our wars as a footnote to Revan and Malix. But it's good to see that people still remember it with fear.
I heard you were responsible for driving the settlers off this rock. Thanks. Now we can salvage all we like free of Kunda's regulations and fees.
You've wandered into the wrong camp. You got the look of a warrior, and we got all the blasters we need.
I know how this works. A mercenary or two can easily get work during the dry times as a bounty hunter or bodyguard. There's always odd jobs around, but large mercenary groups have to wait for things to get interesting to make their credits. It can be very lucrative and challenging work if there are battles to be fought.
Looks like somebody left the doors of the academy wide open. I have a bad feeling about this.
This looks like a trap if ever I've seen one.
Ugh, what's that stench?
You smell that? It's the scent of death and overpopulated beasts coming from that cave. I know the dark side when I feel it. I'm not going to be able to pass here. I'll have to be the rear guard for this campaign. This will not end like the Mandalorian Wars. I won't. Not like this. Not like the end of the Mandalorian Wars. I won't. More Jedi dead because of me. But this won't end like the Mandalorian Wars. I won't.
We will not surrender. We will not die, like we did on Malachor 5.
Too many Mandalorians were scattered after the war, without purpose and without direction. Most became little more than raiders. I must leave you for a time, to gather my Mandalorian warriors. We will rejoin you when the time comes for the assault on the Ravager. Don't worry about me. I can handle myself just fine. Look after your own health. Watch yourself. I'll soften up the way for you, but I won't be here to hold your hand. Is that your idea of a joke? Don't be a fool. I'll meet you at the shuttle.
You are right. As long as he exists, Onderon is in danger. The galaxy is in danger. What would you have me do?
Go report to the target site, Colonel. I'll let my men know you're coming. And if you try anything stupid, they'll shoot you dead.
I will do as you ask, for Onderon's sake.
This looks like one of the sites to place the proton core. We'll get about priming it, then wait for your signal.
What the hell was that? I told you to wait!
Mandalore, we've made contact with the enemy, and one of the cores has detonated prematurely.
Was it in the target zone?
No, Mandalore. We have failed you. I offer you my...
Do we have another core?
No, Mandalore. Even with the other two cores set in the ship, it will not be sufficient to destroy the vessel.
We need to find another proton core, or we need to make one. All right, wait for my signal. This isn't over. And don't kill yourself before I tell you.
Mandalore, we have a problem. 3 charges will not be enough to destroy the vessel. We need one more proton core.
Let me worry about that. Hold your position. This isn't over yet.
Mandalore, we have breached the hull of the Sith vessel and are securing the area. The vessel has suffered extensive structural damage, but its particle fields still maintain a minimal atmosphere within the ship.
And our cargo?
It's being brought aboard. Soon, teams will be dispatched to the target sites.
Do the Republic forces suspect?
No, Mandalore. The proton cores do not emit a signature the Republic ships can detect. If they do pick up the signal, they will assume it to be emanating from the ship's missile bays.
Did you get an ID signature on this vessel?
You were right about the vessel, Mandalore. It is of Malachor. It still bears the wounds of Mandalorian guns.
Then let's finish this. And remind the galaxy of Malachor 5.
What was that about?
Nothing you need to worry about, Sith.
You are coming with me.
Don't get all sentimental. I just don't trust you to get the job done. Been waiting for this for 10 years. It's just time to do things the old-fashioned way.
You are right. As long as he exists, Onderon is in danger. The galaxy is in danger. What would you have me do?
Go report to the target site, Colonel. I'll let my men know you're coming. And if you try anything stupid, they'll shoot you dead.
I will do as you ask, for Onderon's sake.
This ship is from Malachor. This Sith Lord of yours bolsters his fleet with ships from that world? He's nothing more than a scavenger.
This ship, is it his weakness? It should not exist, yet it cruises the darkness between the stars. He tore it from the mass shadows of Malachor, along with his fleet. That is a measure of his power.
The ship is barely holding itself together. The structural damage should have destroyed it long ago.
He holds it together. And he keeps us all alive. Just enough. Like rotworms within a dying beast.
More Jedi tricks.
No. Not Jedi. Not Jedi at all.
If he's so powerful, why hasn't he stopped us then? We've attacked his ship, killed his soldiers, and he's done nothing.
It is because he sees planets, stars, not people. To him, the planet below, the station with its teeming life, only that is massive enough to demand his attention.
Nothing but Jedi lies.
I know what it meant for you to accompany me here, Canderous of Clan Ordo. Your trust honors me.
If you betray me or my men, I will kill you.
I was going to say the same, Canderous. Canderous, are you all right?
Get away from me. I don't need your help. Just leave me here.
Canderous, the Force lies in all living things. I have watched my people die. You will survive. You have no choice. You have been wounded before and lived, Mandalorian. Rise. Many battles do you still have left in you.
You sound like Revan. At the end, do you know what she told me? As I lay dying on the Outer Rim. That the Mandalorian Wars were our doom. And that we had been deceived. That it had never been our decision to wage war on the Republic. Revan said the Mandalorians didn't invade the Republic space 10 years ago because it was our choice. We were tricked. Our entire people sacrificed as pawns. And never knew it. She said there was a war coming. That it was waiting out in the unknown regions. In the dark. Waiting for us to destroy each other.
A war? This war?
No, not this one. Another one. More terrible. Against an evil we couldn't begin to comprehend. A war of belief that had been fought for thousands of years. Revan went off to fight it.
And left you here.
Revan was one of the greatest military leaders in the galaxy. In history. She had no use for people who had already been beaten once. She said the time of the Mandalorians was over. The Mandalorian Wars had killed us. And she laughed.
And that is what burns in your heart. And that is why Clan Ordo was reborn. To prove Revan wrong.
No, not Revan. Revan was one of the greatest military leaders in the galaxy. In history. She knew what she was doing. And I always follow orders.